apparently like an old interview from 90s hip hop artist Jamiroquai resurfaced. Now, this is a little bit before our time, sad to say, but it popped up on Twitter, and then it kept popping up on Twitter in various iterations. And
well, hang on. You know, Jamiroquai, just like the Sugar Ray conversation last week, Jamiroquai is the name of a band, right?
okay, so
no, I'm just kidding. I mean, that is true. Nobody knows that though.
well, wasn't it the lead singer?
His name is JK. But yeah, everyone calls him Jamiroquai, just like everyone calls Mark McGrath Sugar Ray. But yeah, anyways.
All right, so I'm the goose, but neither here nor there. So this old interview, I guess from the 90s, popped up, and it says that Jamiroquai frontman JK says sexy Winona Ryder wore him out with her nonstop demands for sex. I mean, what a parallel timeline, like universe we're living in, where these two stories occur side by side. This Winona Ryder Jamiroquai story and the story of the Indian dude apparently being forced into sex with his boss, his female boss.
Dude, all these dudes are just getting forced to have sex, man. It's crazy.
The timelines are collapsing onto each other. Right. Jamiroquai frontman JK says sexy Winona Ryder wore him out with her nonstop demands for sex. The 35-year-old singer said, and by the way, it does make me happy to think about if this interview came out in like 1995 when he was popular as Jamiroquai.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be like 70 by now. I'm no math expert, but he's got to be at least 70.
Are you talking about JK from the band Jamiroquai?
That's right. Jamiroquai's got to be at least 70 years old. The 35-year-old singer said, although he enjoyed his brief relationship with the Hollywood star, he was left shattered trying to keep up with her. He confessed, she has these enormous breasts, bigger than they look on film. Film? What is this? Like fucking like 1925?
Yeah, what are you, some fucking nerd art student? What are you talking about?
Yeah. What is this, Citizen Kane?
Yeah, dude. Are we talking freaking Rosemary's Baby? What type of film are you talking about? Who calls it film?
Yeah, what kind of film are you talking about?
Are you, BDKKK?
Yeah, unless you're talking about the film on her very large breasts that hopefully you left her.
All right, so what else did he say?
She did have this habit of constantly wanting to play hide the sausage. It was exhausting.
Oh my god! Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Look at you, gay.
That's pretty wild, dude. So I guess I'll translate it for. I mean, now this is an IDM story. Hell yes. Okay. Matt Starcheck says we're obsessed with the story. We'll stop talking about Rossini. Sorry, I just thought the standing go was hilarious. But first of all, who knew that Jamiroquai was fucking Winona Ryder? That's a bit of a shocker, right?
Now here's the deal: like Winona Ryder has had so many ups and downs in her career, right?
I mean, the only down I can think of is the stealing shit. Is there something else?
Yeah, in like the early aughts, she got caught stealing from some fancy ass store in like Melrose or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, thankfully to her, Adam Sandler brought her back in Big Daddy, and then revived her career.
Wait,
not Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Oh,
not Big Daddy. Mr. Deeds, right?
Okay.
Revived her career, and then she had a lull for a pretty long while, and then she came back with Stranger Things. Now, there have been stranger things than these massive fucking bazongas that she's been hanging on to for a long time.
More like hanger things, you know what I'm saying?
And they have been around for a while, and nobody would not want to see. Nobody who's heterosexual would not want to see them as much as possible. And I just find it, and let's just scroll through these pictures. I mean, this is clearly 90s Sugar Ray garb here, right, on the screen. And that's, she's got a lava lamp in her bedroom. She's got that weird little like kangaroo that punches people. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are the best football team in America. Scroll to slide number 2. I mean, look at this see-through dress. And you can clearly see that the dress is barely hanging on to those things. And if you gaze closely enough, emphasis on gaze, you can actually make out the slight curvature of an areola. Now slide 3. I mean, this is vintage woman right here.
That's a nice picture, but I'll be honest with you, those sillies are not that busty.
Not in that photo, because she's cupping them. She's got just a generic black bra on, and she's just cupping them directly up against her chest cavity.
Okay.
But I'm saying, if you put the totality of all these photos together, and you go, as a heterosexual male, would you or would you not? The answer is a resounding I would.
Okay, so two things can be true. My two biggest takeaways from this are, one, I do think she was buzzilly back in the day. She was definitely hot. I don't think that she had the bustiest of sillies. I think Jamiroquai is like a little bit exaggerating a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. She would be very fun to have sex with in her prime, I guess.
Or even now.
Yeah, or even now. I'm sure she's, although I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so there's that. Now comes the issue of have you ever heard this quote? People say, for every super hot chick out there, there's a dude that's tired of fucking her.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You don't like that?
I mean, of course of course you're taking the gay stance on this one. Of course.
No, I don't think it's gay, dude. All I'm saying is, okay, let's hear your take. Give us your take.
I gave you my take. You give me yours.
All right. What I'm saying is, it's, I don't know how long they dated, but there's another saying they dudes say. They go, the only thing worse than a girlfriend that doesn't ever want to have sex is a girlfriend that wants to have it too often, too much. Have you ever heard that?
I have not. No.
Because when even when you're dating a girl, you still kind of like a little bit of the cat and mouse thing, where you're like, not forcing them to do it, but making it happen against their will. No, but when a girl is like every day, like 3 times a day, eventually after like a month of that, you're like, Jesus Christ, this is not even fun anymore. It's like old.
Now, I got to dig way back into my own personal archive to find a girl that I recall people discussing in this nymphomaniac sort of way. And I got to claw all the way back to high school. I remember a girl. I'm not going to say her name, but I do remember it. Yeah, I remember the guy that was dating her. And he was like, dude, I'm telling you, she's great, but she wants to have sex all the time. And he did sound tired. He sounded exhausted. So that's my only recall in terms of your argument.
Okay. Okay. What was Jamiroquai's song again?
I don't know, dude. That was
Dun, 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 futures made of virtual. Oh yeah, virtual insanity. Always seem to go about this life. Okay, so he had that hit, and then he had the song on Napoleon Dynamite that nobody would have ever heard if it wasn't on that in that movie. This dude should not be complaining about Winona Ryder, you know?
now, but this is where time lapses onto itself. He's complaining about Winona Ryder at the height of his fame. He's not complaining about her now in 2026. Somebody just dug up this old article and they were like, check out this bag. You know, I mean, it's a little bit unfair.
They saw it and they were like,
This nigga gay as hell.
They're taking context and they're just blowing them out of the water.
I wonder what Jamiroquai is up to these days. I wonder if he's responded. He's 56 years old, by the way. JK.
Yeah. We're more like Jamiroquai.
More like J Gay. Am I right? That's interesting, dude. He's probably happy that he's in the news again. Yeah, I mean, God, it's so difficult because, like, you know me, dude. I always try to see the other side of things. I always try to understand where people are coming from. Pause. But he has said she doesn't think she's hot. But Pia also said she thinks Diana Rossini is super hot. So, you know, I'm not sure if I trust her judgment with this. But Winona Ryder, I mean, how old was she in Beetlejuice? Do you remember?
Oh, she must have been real young because that was like 1991.
How old was Winona Ryder in Beetle? Okay. All right. So I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but she was like 16. So I'm not going to, you know, say that she looked great in that movie. But anyways, she's, you know, kind of like a childhood crush for a lot of people.
No, honestly, dude, you should say that because if she was 16, you would have been like 6.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can say it, you know.
Yeah, you have agency to say it.
I mean, but look at her in this picture here. You're showing like it's so difficult to put yourself in this like the mindset of being tired of banging that, you know.
It's a difficult situation.
It's a very difficult situation. Yeah. Oh my god, I saw a Tony Soprano clip that I fucking wanted to share with you, but I'll see if I can find it. But anyways, but you gotta just understand, dude. If a girl is forced, eventually it gets old. Is all I'm saying, you know, and that's probably what happened with them.
Yeah, of course.
He fucked up. He probably broke up with her. He probably, you know, he would have been relevant now if he didn't.
He's like, yeah, I'm just imagining. I don't know how he talks, but I'm just imagining him like this. Yeah, I'm about to fuck Tatiana Ali. Sorry, peace out. Yeah.
Tatiana Ali. That's a deep cut, dude. I think he's British. So he, you know,
yeah,
he's talking like this. And we went out for some bangers and mash the other day.
Stop being such a scallywag. I'm about to put me little pincer into Tatiana Ali.
And so I brought Winona to me mum, right? Me mum. And she was like, oh my God, I can see her fanny from here.
All right. Fan of Radio brings up a good point. Height to breast ratio makes a difference. Trust the science. Is she 5'2"? I don't know her height, but yeah, that's true. I mean, those short girls with big fucking hangers can get away with a lot when they're young.
You talking about like Lorna Hagini?
Sure, yeah. I mean, but given their height, as soon as they start packing on like mom weight, you know, it all gets out of whack real quickly.
5'3".
Ooh, yeah. I mean, see, they were probably pretty floppy at the time.
I mean, dude, sign me up for them floppies? You know what I'm saying?
Which wouldn't you want to at least juggle them like one time?
Yeah, dude. Like, what's the big deal, Jamiroquai?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
And
with
dude, I gotta say, I mean, she doesn't. I don't think that she like looks hot anymore. I wouldn't look at her in Stranger Things and be like, "Oh my god, she's hot in there." But she's aged like pretty well. You know, she's still thin and in good shape. She still looks kind of like her face looks like what we know her as.
All right, we'll encourage this behavior a little bit more. Jen Montana, female listeners, if you want to, you can send us your bust size at any time. But she says there's no way that's right. That she's probably under 5'5". The number is your rib cage size. I'm a 34D, and she's like a pencil.
34D. Whoa.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Anytime like a woman has like a 44D, that means she's a big back woman.